AITA for refusing to have another child after my husband said our daughter isn't his spiritual child. For context, me, 33F, and my husband, Stephen, 40M, have been together for 15 years, married for 12 years. We had our daughter, Peyton, 14F, a year into our relationship. Our relationship has been happy except for a few arguments and some things I noticed recently that have made me consider being with him. When we had our daughter, we were both over the moon. He was an amazing father, and he is an amazing husband. In his free time, he would always want to spend time with Peyton, and he made lots of effort to be as involved as possible. They are definitely very close, or were, because after these events, Peyton has shown disinterest in hanging out with Stephen. A couple of weeks ago, Peyton came to us and told us she was dating a girl. Initially, Stephen and I both were very supportive, and let her know that we loved her no matter what. Last weekend, she went to visit her aunt and uncle, who were staying with my MIL for a week. Aunt and uncle have a child, 12F, who is close with Peyton. MIL is strongly religious. Suddenly, I get a call from MIL demanding that I collect Peyton from her house, and in her words, how dare I allow her near her cousin while she is swerving away from the path of God. Because in my Mil's eyes, apparently Peyton was influencing her cousin to be gay. Let me put it out there that me and my husband have never put any religious beliefs upon our child or let religion dictate the way we raised our child. My husband has told me in the past that he doesn't agree with a lot of the religious beliefs and practices, but he still says he's religious. Peyton was obviously upset and I was fuming. My husband was at work, so I went to collect Peyton from MIL's house. When we got home, I comforted Peyton because she was in floods of tears, saying she doesn't like MIL. She told me that her cousin and her were talking about crushes and other girl things. Then went on to say that MIL stormed in and started yelling about how Peyton was disrespectful and told her cousin to not go near Peyton because she's contagious. When Stephen came home, he instantly asked Peyton what was wrong, and he comforted her too and apologized for MIL's behavior. Stephen and I discussed how to proceed from here and eventually decided to cut ties with MIL due to her behavior causing so much stress for Peyton. We both made the decision, and I asked him if he was okay with cutting ties with his mother, to which he replied he was and that he would do anything for Peyton. I thought things would end with MIL here, but it's progressively gotten worse. Stephen has tried several times this week to initiate sex, and I've politely told him no, as Eve not really been in the mood. He got upset when I said no, so in the end I just let him, but he doesn't usually get upset anymore after being told no. As well as this, he has also tried to initiate more than usual this week, and I was confused as to why, because he was being distant with Peyton too. So I asked him about it and he was dismissing my concerns at first, but eventually confessed that he wants another child because he believes Peyton isn't his child spiritually. When I asked him what he meant, he confided that he had been talking to MIL for a couple days and he had come to the realization that God wouldn't gift him a child that would upset his mother, and he wanted to try for another child, even going as far to admit he was thinking about poking holes in condoms or going down on me while I slept to force me into pregnancy. Luckily, he didn't do either of these things, but I snapped at this confession and refused to talk to him for a couple days. He begged me to forgive him and is begging me to rethink, saying that he desperately wants a grandchild to carry on his last name and would do anything to have another child with me. I asked him what Peyton is to him and he said that she's his biological daughter but not his spiritual daughter, and that didn't mean anything to him. I was shocked that my husband, who has shown nothing but love for our daughter, could just say this. Honestly, I'm repulsed by his behavior and I've taken Peyton to stay with my parents while we figure things out. I don't know if this is worth salvaging or if I should continue to be with him after all this. He's never behaved this way about this or agreed with his mother's beliefs openly. I also thought we had come to an agreement, but I guess not. Right now, after speaking to several friends and family members, I realized it might be best if I divorce him, because I can't guarantee my daughter's safety around him, but a part of me feels like I should at least get in contact with him again and try to work things out before throwing away 15 years of a relationship and potentially ruining my daughter's relationships with his family. I feel like I might be TA because I could be dismissing his beliefs and values by refusing to have another child or divorcing him, but his beliefs are affecting our daughter and I can't ignore that. I also could be ruining our daughter's relationships if I divorce him and cut ties with his family, but including his family in our lives could affect my daughter's mental health. Edit. I am going to divorce him. Edit 2. To clear something up, some of the things stated was from what he said to me. When I said he was thinking of going down on me while I slept, it was his wording. I am aware that this does not impregnate someone, but then he went on to say that he believed I would wake up and be in the mood. My apologies, I should have included that in the post, but I didn't really think it'd be of much relevance.